Hey everyone, it's Natalie. Welcome to my channel if it's the first time you've ever been here, or if you've been here before, welcome back. Today I am doing a Q&A that's centered around my experience and some advice that I have about being a YouTuber. A few months ago during Christmas time, I actually did a what's in my studio video. So I just shared all of my equipment, but not really any advice because that just wasn't that video, but I didn't expect to get the response that I did when I posted that video. So many people were interested in just the behind the scenes and my perspective and my experience with doing YouTube. I've been on YouTube for over 5 years now, and it is my full-time business. I'm so very blessed to be able to say that. I'm so grateful that this is my gig and I do this professionally. It's not what I set out to do. I'm going to get into that a little bit later because some of these questions for the Q&A are asking like, how did you start YouTube? Why did you start YouTube? And I'm going to be answering that and other questions for you guys in today's video. And did you guys notice? Today's video was posted on a different day than it normally is. So I have moved my regular weekly uploads to Monday. So public service announcement, everybody, make sure that you have your notifications turned on because my bonus videos that I do, like if I ever have a sponsored video or if I just have an extra video that week, they're always going to be on a different day than my regular Monday uploads. So make sure that you have your notifications turned on if you are subscribed, so that you don't miss when I post a new video. So I asked for questions over on my Instagram. That's just the easiest place for me to file the questions that you guys ask me. So if you're not following me over there, it's at Natalie Bennett Vlogs. I'll have it linked in the description box for you guys so you don't miss out on the next Q&A. But let's start with Shauna Marie's question. She says, why did you start YouTube? I really want to, but I'm nervous and clueless. And then several other people said, like, why did you start this? Like, how did you start YouTube? What was the reason behind it? So you guys may not know this, but I actually have a second channel. It's our family vlogging channel. It's called Nat and Wes and the Rest, and it's actually the first channel I ever made. It was where I started uploading my pregnancy updates. Let's rewind really far, actually. I grew up in a family who took regular home videos. And actually, my mom, her mom and dad had a video camera to take home videos of their kids. And so I just kind of come from this legacy of documenting your life and taking family home videos. The videos from my grandparents and from my family as a kid, they're not edited into vlogs or anything. But growing up, I understood the importance of just documenting life, whether it was for the public eye or just for your private viewing. There was no question in my mind whether or not I would take videos of my kids. During the time Weston and I were trying to conceive the boys, I was watching YouTube. That's when a lot of family vloggers were really starting to come onto the scene. And so I was looking up like positive pregnancy test videos and pregnancy updates and just family vlogs in general because Weston and I were starting to grow a family. And when I see something I like, I want to copy it. I want to do the same thing. If I enjoy consuming something, I have to be the one putting it out. It's just this creative side of me. And so I wanted to create a YouTube channel where I would upload when I would get a positive pregnancy test and then like my pregnancy as the weeks went on. And I just thought it would be fun to do it as a hobby because I already had a job. I was working at Starbucks, but I was also working as a teacher tutor. So I didn't even know back then that YouTube could become a job. So I never set out to be famous, never set out to make money by doing it. I didn't even know you could do that. I just wanted a place to put videos out. I loved video editing. It's something that I had learned in high school, something that my sisters and I loved putting together these really embarrassing old music videos and like newscasts, and we just had so much fun with it. So I knew that I wanted to do something with video as a hobby, if nothing else. And so I recorded the day that I took the pregnancy test when I found out that I was pregnant with my boys. And about a month later, I uploaded it after I had, gone through a few weeks of pregnancy. And I just kept uploading my week by week pregnancy updates from there, and I grew our channel over there. I was pregnant with twins, and so that was a search topic, and people were drawn to our channel because of that, as well as just a new family channel on the block. And so the desire to document our life and to have a creative outlet was really what made me start our YouTube channel. And then as that went on, I realized that the family vlogs were turning more into just the documenting our life portion of what I wanted to do. I was realizing that the content that I was really drawn to make would muddy up the niche that the family vlogs were in. So I wanted to create a second channel where I could be just me, sitting down, talking to the camera, and sharing life, motherhood, self-improvement, that sort of thing. And that's what you're here watching now. Someone said, do you ever regret starting your channel? I don't know if that specifically means my Natalie Bennett channel or just a channel on YouTube in general, but I would say no to either of those ways that question could go. I don't regret it in the least. First of all, because I do have such fulfillment from the craft of creating videos, both on the family channel as well as this one, but also just the fact that I've been able to document our life as a family. It's just been incredible. I love being able to go back and watch the vlogs that I've put together of the different weeks out of our life. And for a time there, we did vlog every day, and then it was a couple days a week, and we've gone to once a week family vlogs. We haven't missed a single one for years, and it's just been wonderful. Sarah Lynn Jean says, what was your hardest obstacle starting your channel? So for me, the biggest obstacle was the time that I needed to film and create my videos. Having kids and not having like a dedicated office space or a dedicated work time really was a challenge, because as my channels grew, so did the demand for more videos. And as it became a business, the pressure to create really was strong, and it was a good pressure. It was a way to maintain a business as well as have the outlet that I have for the talents that I have and for the drive and the passion that I have for making videos. So the biggest obstacle was carving out the time to do that as well as be a full-time stay-at-home mom. That's the biggest challenge. Other challenges included the space to film. We had a much smaller house before we were in this one, but this space that we're in right now is still a small house. I'm sitting in my master bedroom, and I do this as a full-time gig. I don't even have like my own set-apart studio. I have to take down all of this equipment every time I sit down to film, and that is a challenge because I'm storing my equipment in my clothing closet or out in my garage or under my bed, and it's not ideal, but it works. And I am proof that anyone in whatever space you're in can really do YouTube because of what I've been able to do in such a small space. I'm very limited in my space, but I try to make the best of what I have. I love the challenge, and then I'm also really annoyed by the challenge at the same time. So I'm grateful for what I have, but someday I would love a home with a dedicated YouTube studio. That would just be a dream come true. Is it true that you make $1 per 1,000 views on a video on average? This isn't true because it's a sliding scale, and it depends on the time of the year. It depends on like what category your videos are in, and I am not a deep dive analytics sort of person. If I focus too much on numbers and on how videos are performing and SEO and all of that, I get really distracted from what my mission is, and that's just to create high quality, meaningful content. So I wish I had more of like an educated answer for you guys. If you are wondering about all of that, there are a couple of channels that I recommend to anyone who asks me about like being a YouTuber and how to start out and just those like technical sort of questions. So I will link my friend Sean and Benji's channel below. They're video influencers. They're a really great resource, as well as Tim Schmoyer. His video creators channel is awesome as well. They're a huge resource, a wealth of information over there. So if you have any of those technical questions or like numbers questions or whatever, definitely check them out. Are you concerned about privacy issues, especially for your kids? I actually got this question a few times, and it's something that is of utmost importance to me. I was actually just talking to my mom and dad about this the other night. We are so concerned with the privacy and the protection of our children. There are steps that we take to protect them. There are things that I have filmed but won't put into a vlog because it compromises their privacy, or it compromises the privacy of our family. We never show the full front of our house, street signs, house number. If we have mail in our vlogs, I always blur it out so people can't see our address. I always blur out our license plates and even license plates around us when we're in an area close to home. But most of the time we don't even film in an area where we're close to home. Like, we will literally travel to go to a park with our kids. We never vlog in our hometown. Ever. We travel to different towns to do our grocery shopping, and if we ever talk about where we're shopping or where we're at, it's in very broad terms. We don't have a P.O. box anymore. The town that our P.O. box used to be in, we ended up moving, and so it didn't even make sense to have our P.O. box in that place anymore. We take those steps like for the vlogs themselves, but then also we're always searching online to make sure that phone numbers, addresses, social security numbers, like nothing has been made public to anyone, and we are on such a small scale compared to other YouTubers. And I see some even like really big YouTubers just never blurring out their house number or their license plates or anything like that, and I'm so paranoid about that we take drastic steps compared to a lot of people in protecting our children. So time it takes to edit your average length video, recommending editing program. So yes, Adobe Premiere Pro is the program that I use and I recommend. On average, a video like this is probably my easiest to edit because I just make cuts and, cut out the ums and the ahs and the burping and whatever. This sort of video that you're watching takes me 3 to 5 hours to edit. But like what I eat in a day videos, vlogs, or anything that's a little bit more involved with like tons of B-roll over it or whatever can take me up to 12 to 16 hours to edit. I've spent 24, 30 hours on a video, like really special, like birth vlog or a birthday special or a Christmas special or whatever. Vlogs actually do take me a really long time to edit. Part of the reason is because of privacy. Part of the reason is because I just want to make it perfect because it's like that little memory. And I love the creative aspect that I have recently, like over the last couple of years, put into our vlogs rather than just like, here's a day, this is what we're doing, which there's no problem with that. But since we're only doing once a week vlogs, I really want to make them like little gems. And so they take a long time. They can take a really long time. Was it a little weird to vlog in front of family? I find that very hard. So for my family, because we've always just had a camera out during holidays or special events, or even just like during an everyday sort of situation, I don't think I was as uncomfortable with it as someone else might be. There are still situations where I am uncomfortable and moments where I will choose to not bring my camera out to respect those around me. And this is something that I like constantly check in with my family about. Like if I bring my camera with me to my mom's house and we're all gonna have dinner together or whatever, I'll say, hey, does anyone mind if I bring my camera out? I just want to get this shot of the kids or whatever. And I'm always asking them, and I don't think it's necessary for me to, because they always are like, yeah, of course, do it. But I really just want to make sure that I'm not being invasive or just assuming that it's okay for me to have the camera in their face. And so I think the level of uncomfortableness that I have with vlogging around my family actually is healthy because it keeps me in check and it makes it not get blown out of proportion. It's my business and it's my gig. I love it. I have such a passion for it, but not everyone feels that way. And so I really want to be respectful. And I also feel that way around my friends. I have some friends who have asked to not have their children's faces be online anywhere. And oh my goodness, I absolutely respect that. And whenever I'm with people who have kids especially, and I have my camera and I've never asked them before, I'll always take a moment just to say, hey, is this okay? I realize that not everyone wants their kids' faces online. This is, the scope of what we do on YouTube. And if you're not comfortable with that, I it's no problem for me to put the camera away. And sometimes they'll say, yeah, we're just not comfortable with it. And other times they're like, it's no problem, go right ahead. But like being the one to bring it up and show that respect has really helped me feel more comfortable around the people that I do film around, because I know that they are okay with it. How does a YouTuber make money and earn a living? And I've gotten other questions saying like, how much money do you make on YouTube and all of this? So I'm actually not legally allowed to say the actual numbers that I make on YouTube. YouTube's terms of service, like the contract that I have with them for having a YouTube channel and being able to upload, dictates that I'm not able to say that number, which actually my own personality and my preference dictates that I wouldn't say that number either. But I can share with you guys that YouTube has become a full-time job for me, and it has more than doubled our income here for our family. It goes without saying that this is a huge blessing, not just for us as a family and for being able to provide, but also for Weston, because he's been able to pursue more education for his field of work with the ease of not having to be the sole provider for our family. It's such a blessing that it became that for us, that it became a full-time business. And I'm not the only one who works at it. Weston works at it by helping me do what I need to do to create the videos. So he helps me vlog. So he'll talk to the camera and he'll actually vlog, or he'll take care of the kids for me while I am editing, or he'll go pick up something that I need for a video and we work together as a team. It's mostly me doing the work here. I'm, the vision behind everything, but he is just such a help and a support. As far as how to make money on YouTube, there are a few different ways. First of all, like when you see an ad on YouTube, that is supporting the creator, the person who has made the video, and creators receive a very small amount of money per ad on YouTube. Like I mentioned before, I don't really know what that number is, and it does change throughout the year. Like at Christmas time, that number is way bigger. But YouTubers make money through the ads that run on their videos, and the more views you get on your video, the more ad revenue you get. And that fluctuates from time to time depending on how many views you've gotten, how much you're being paid per view during the time of the year, or whatever. Another way that YouTubers make money is through sponsorships, which you guys have seen on both of my channels. There's a lot of misconceptions about how sponsorships work. It's unfortunate because YouTubers, especially a few years ago, would really abuse the use of sponsorships on their channel and just make every video on their channel completely sponsored. Sometimes they wouldn't even disclose if it was sponsored or not, and it lost the trust of the viewers. It lost the trust of the people consuming the content, and that's what it's all about. It's all about making videos for you guys. This is just my opinion, of course. People feel so differently about how all of this happens, but for me, working with brands on my channels for sponsored videos, whether it's a completely dedicated video, like a video that's completely made for that brand, like a commercial for that brand, or an integrated video where I mention for a couple of minutes the brand that I'm partnering with. Whatever the scope of the campaign is, it's a way to earn money and to supplement what you earn with ads, and it's a way to just bring in more income. Another way that YouTubers make money is through affiliate links, and this makes up a small percentage of what I earn. I could make more, but I don't want to just always be throwing links at you guys. But like if I do a favorites video, or if I'm doing a haul video or something, I will put links in the description box that are traceable by the company that provides that link to me, and I earn a very small, like 1 to 3%, or sometimes bigger than that, but a very small commission usually on whatever you guys purchase. Now, affiliate links don't mean that what you guys are buying is any more expensive than if you just like Googled the item and found it yourself. It's just a way for brands to get more of their name out there and to have their items shared, and it's a great way for creators to earn a commission sharing things that they would typically share, whether they were earning a commission off of it or not. Another way that some YouTubers YouTubers make money. It's not something that I've pursued, but it's like through selling merch or through selling an ebook or like a course that they've written or, you know, something like that, like their own merchandise, something that they can actually like directly sell to their audience. I actually have a couple of ideas about some merch that I could make. I'm still mulling it over because I'm the sort of person, like, I'm not going to release something or do something unless I'm like fully, like, I've figured it all out. So I've had some ideas in mind for a couple of years now. We'll see if they ever come to fruition. But that is another way that YouTubers can make money. So diving into sponsorships a little bit more, because I'm getting questions also about how sponsorships work and can I be my authentic self when I'm doing a sponsorship? Can I be trusted if a video is sponsored? And I think as far as trust and authenticity, that's actually up to the viewer. So if you trust me enough, I am going to be someone who's trusted when I'm talking about an item or a brand that I am partnering with. But there's a lot that I can do to build that trust with you guys. So one of the main ways that I try to build trust with my audience is to not have any sponsored content be a part of my regularly scheduled uploads. So you guys know that I post once a week here on this channel, and you guys can rely on that. But if I am ever approached by a brand or if I'm ever working with a brand, it's always as an extra video, it's always extra content so that it's not replacing what you guys are used to seeing from week to week. I don't have to do that. There's no rule that says that I have to do that, but I do feel like it makes a positive impact on my audience when I go above and beyond and try to make anything that's sponsored be just like the cherry on top for the uploads for that week. And the other thing that I do when I'm working with a brand, I pretty much never do like dedicated videos. I pretty much always do integrated videos where there's a lot of content around the section, the 2 minutes that is sponsored, and that content surrounding it is meaningful and it adds value to your day. So if you're watching a video and you're getting knowledge from it and it's entertaining or whatever value that it might add to your day, I want that to be the focus that the audience sees, and then just like a quick 2-minute plug in of the brand that I am working with. And I'm really selective when I'm working with brands. I do get reached out to all the time, which is a blessing. But there are so many brand deals that I have said no to because they just don't align with the content on my channel and there's no way to fit it in. It's not a brand that I genuinely enjoy, or a brand or a cause. It's sometimes like charities or organizations will reach out to work with me to promote their cause that maybe it's not something that I agree with, or it goes against what I believe or whatever. There have been way more opportunities that I have said no to brand deals just because they are not a good fit. I love being able to partner with a brand several times over because it's just this nice sort of linking up sort of deal that makes sense in the content that I already make. So you guys see me work with Home Chef a lot. I've worked with ThredUp a lot. I've worked with Lily Jade a lot because those are brands that work for me. Those are brands that I genuinely love. But honestly, working with brands adds a huge amount of work to my plate. There's a lot of just behind the scenes emailing, editing, reshooting, this and that has to happen in order to have a finished product. And so a sponsored video can sometimes take me a lot longer than a non-sponsored video to make because there are several more steps along the way to go from a concept to a finished product that's actually uploaded. I hope this is helpful for you guys. And I mean, some of you are probably just watching this because you're morbidly curious about life as a YouTuber, and others maybe watching this because you're just, interested in starting it for yourself. So I don't agree to work with a brand until I have actually tried their product for a good while. So a brand will say, hey, we want to work with you. Here's our pitch. Here's our budget. This is how much we'll pay you. And it looks really great. And it's like, yeah, I could do that. But if I haven't actually tried the product, I am not signing a contract until I have legitimately gone through the experience of using whatever it is. On a few occasions, I've actually had that brand that I am expecting to work with send me their product. I use it for a little bit and I either hate it or I learn more about the brand and I don't feel like they align with my ideals or what I strive for, or I just really don't think the product is a good fit, or I don't think it's going to be well received by my audience based upon my experience. And so sometimes I will offer to do a negative review, and usually, like always, they're like, no, we'll pass, and that deal falls through. But I am not willing to lie. I am not willing to fabricate some sort of great experience with something that really was not a good experience, or like a really not good product or something like that. So if you guys ever see sponsored content here on this channel, it's 100% my authentic opinion. I'm always so genuine about how I feel about products, whether they're sponsored or not. But if something isn't good or would not be in good conscience talking to you guys or promoting it to you guys, then I'm gonna pass on that sponsorship. And it's a blessing right now because I have more offers than I have time to fulfill. So I don't see this slowing down for me anytime soon. I am so absolutely grateful for that. If you told me that this is how it would be, like 10 years ago or 7 or 8 years ago, if you would have told me that, I would have not believed you. I would have been like, you've got to be kidding me. I could be successful at something and helping provide for my family while doing something that I'm so passionate about. So there are so many questions here, like how much money can you make in a year? I know people who at 30,000 subscribers were making a 6-figure income. That's not where I was when I was at 30,000 subscribers, but it's such a sliding scale. There are so many variables involved. A lot of it is just like, how much are you willing to put the time in? Like, if I was able to put more time in, I could do so much more. I could earn so much more. But my first priority is my kids and my home and my husband and my family, not making money on YouTube. So I do what I can, and it's enough to really make a difference in our life. And I'm so, so grateful for that. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to any more of these questions. I actually think Weston just pulled into the driveway. So speaking of taking care of my family and saying goodbye to YouTube, it's time for me to say goodbye to this video. If you guys want me to do a part 2 to this, or like have more videos about being a YouTuber, like, you know, topic specific or whatever, please leave those requests in the comments. And if you have a burning question and if I'm able to answer to it, just leave it in the comments. I will reply to whatever I can. You guys are so sweet to even be interested in this, and I never ever want to come across as braggy or being, you know, like self-involved or not being grateful or taking this career for granted. Like I really don't want to be perceived that way, because you guys, I'm so blessed. I'm so very blessed by this. I cannot even believe that this is my life. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication, hours and hours of work, but it's also a huge blessing. I'm so thankful that God brought this into my life, that God brought each and every one of you into my life. Thank you for all the love and support and for asking me these questions over on Instagram. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and make sure that you're still subscribed and you have your bell button turned on so you don't miss videos that are in my regular schedule, as well as the bonus videos that sometimes are sponsored and sometimes are just extra videos that I throw your way. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll catch you later.